Hello there. So, you decided to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or you decided to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Again after all those years, but you have no idea what deck to play because you have no idea what happened to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's not the game that you used to know. Well, I got this deck for you. I took this deck, I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Again also 2 years ago when I made this channel, and I took this deck and I didn't even need to know anything about the meta against my matchups whatsoever. All I need to do was spam the same board every time, and it was enough. It was enough because people, first of all, have no idea what to expect nowadays. I mean, now lately they started to understand what this deck is because it's getting more popular. But trust me, you're gonna be fine with this deck. Okay, so the good thing about this deck is that, like I said, you don't need to know anything about those other decks. As long as you win the dice roll, you are mostly like 90% of the, let's say 80%. 80% is already done. You're gonna win. Okay, 10% is if your opponent has the right hand to out it, and the other 10% is if you break, and that also can happen. But yeah, without that, like, you're gonna win. You're gonna win a lot of locals. You might even top a regional with this deck. Okay, I don't think it's YCS ready, but you're definitely gonna win regionals and whatsoever. Okay, so the plan is to summon this monster. Okay, I'm doing right now this video for the new beginners. Okay, so for the people that already been on this channel, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, this is not the first time that you've been showing this monster to us." I know. I'm trying to attract new people to this channel. Okay, they have never played the game before. I want to start again. Okay, so the plan is to summon this big daddy over here. Why do you want to summon this big boy? So this card says after this card will cease summon for the rest of the turns, other cards and effects cannot be activated on the field, and other cards' effects on the field are negated. Let's start with that first. What does that mean? That means that once you summon this monster, your job is done. You don't have to do anything else. Just watch your opponent be frustrated and cry. Like literally, he's gonna cry and be like, "Fuck this game! What is this shit? I cannot do shit. I cannot win." Blah blah, and then you're just gonna scoop. Okay. So the plan is to summon this monster, and the good thing about this monster is that, like, you're gonna always, it's always the same plan. Summon this monster, you win. Okay, you don't need to know anything about like, oh, where should I interrupt here or there. You don't need anything of that. Okay. The big problem nowadays in Yu-Gi-Oh is that a lot of people, uh, let's say for example, the same Unchained bot that Jesse Cotton plays wins against, doesn't matter what matchup. Okay. Now you got the same board like Jesse Cotton. Okay, you got the same board like Jesse Cotton, but you cannot win. Why? Because you are unexperienced. You don't know where or when to use interruptions. Okay, and that is one of the biggest issues why uh people are not winning, because they just don't know the perfect timings when and where to interrupt. With Kalyuga, you don't have that problem. You just summon that boss, you just summon that boy as quick as possible, and then your job is done. Okay, you don't have to care about anything else anymore. That's a good thing. So I promise you, you're gonna win locals, top regions, whatever. Just summon that back. Okay. All right. About the deck. I decided to check out the deck. So here's the deck that you can use. This is the deck from Simon Blackwing. He won a regional with this deck. It is really similar to my Vancouver deck, which I used. The only difference is that I was siding the Kalyuga package, and he was maining it. Plus, like, I think he was playing. Yeah, I was playing one black feather whirlwind more, and he cut it one black feather whirlwind. But besides that, it is the same. Like, it's literally the same. So, you can take Silent Blackwing's list. I'm currently working on a completely another list. That is, in my opinion, the best Kalyuga version. So if you want to know about that list, it's up for patrons right now. So check that out. You're gonna like it, because it has different kind of winning scenarios and situations and whatever. If you're curious about my list, not on this list, all the other lists, check out my Patreon in the link description below for more content than I provide on YouTube. Okay, so however, this is the list that you can take. It is really good. It is really good. It has no grind game, but you don't need it. You don't need it because you're just gonna summon Kali Yuga and then it's GG. Okay. Alright. So we got 3 Simoons, 1 Zephyros, Shamals, 3 Zudris, Steam, Gale, Hammertown. By the way, you're playing Gale mainly because under a shifter with Dauntless Meldring, you can still summon Kali Yuga. If you want to see that video, how that works, you can check out my videos or Silent Blackwing's videos. Then we got Hammertown, 3 times Balta, Shanga, Chinook, Black Feather Whirlwind, Black Whirlwind 3 times, 1 Assault Synchron, 3 Ashes, 3 Drolls, 3 Impermanences, 3 Prosperities, 3 Small Worlds, Raider's Wing, and Rank Up. These are the only bricks that you're playing, but even if you draw them, sometimes you can still end up on the board. And yeah, about the Small World, for the people that don't know how Small World works, for example, let's say we have Ash on our hand, okay? We have Ash on our hand, we activate Small World. So you're gonna reveal the Ash on your hand, and then you can reveal Droll from your deck and add Shamal to your hand or Vata. Like, it's up to you. You can add those two with a Small World bridge like this. Let's say though you have Droll on your hand and you use Small World, and you can bridge the Droll, show it from your hand, show the Assault Synchron from your deck, and then add Simoon to your hand, which is mainly the main target for Small World that you want to add. But be aware that once Small World resolves and you get Drolled, it's over. So be smart with your decisions. Sometimes it's smarter to take either Shamal or Vata to your hand than a Simoon. Alright? So that's one thing. And then besides that, yeah, those are mainly the Small World bridges that you can do. And yeah, so you can take this deck. It's really nice. And now let me show you why you want to play this deck. Alright, so the main combo is usually with Simoon. There's a 1 card combo, or let's say 1/2 because you need another black monster to banish. And yeah, all the other cards like you usually have either this like a 1 card combo, or you're gonna have like all the other 2 card combos, which I'm also going to show you in a minute. But yeah, the reason why you want to play this build also is because, like I said, this is only a 2-turn deck. If your opponent survives like the second or third turn, then it's usually over. You cannot, like, once your board is broken, you cannot recover from it. So you can just scoop literally because it doesn't have any grind game. But like I said, it doesn't even go that far. It does not even go that far. You just want to summon always the same board, which is like here. Add Zudri. And the cool thing about this is that if you go first, you'll be able to play through a lot of interruptions. For example, if you get impermed on Zudri, it doesn't matter. You're still ending on a full combo. But if Zudri does not get impermed, you want to add Vata and Shamal to your hand. And then you can activate Shamal's effect, get the Black Feather Wind. And now this is another thing. Even if Vata gets impermed, okay, let's say you don't even have Black Feather Wind. The guy Zudri got impermed, now Vata gets impermed. You can still win. This is the cool thing. Like, the only Blackwing deck that can play with 1 Simoon through 2 impermanences. This is why I like this deck so much, because against hand traps, this is like the most reliable deck. Okay, literally. So Vata resolves, and the summoning of Blackwing Dragon, you're gonna target the Black Feather Whirlwind Vata and activate Shamal's effect in the graveyard to get Chinook to your hand and special summon Vata. Next up, you're gonna use Vata and Zudri to go into Burial Storm, and this is a key point that needs to resolve. If this does not resolve, then all the combo could potentially be already screwed. Unless you still have Gale. But we don't have that right now. So, Burial Storm sends Steam to the graveyard. And now you're going to use Burial Storm and Simoon to go into Ystrix. Ystrix will special summon Zudri. Now you can use the Blackwing Dragon and Ystrix to go into Bardiche. And this is another choke point. If this gets impermed, it's over. Caliuga is not coming, but you still have another winning condition that I'm going to show you in a minute. So if Badish gets impermed, it does not get impermed, you're gonna get the rank up, set, and send the Raiders Ring to the graveyard. Now you're gonna activate Badish, Steam's effect to tribute the Badish to get out the Steam. And then you're gonna use Steam and the Zudri to go into Joe. Now you're gonna use you're gonna get a Steam token out thanks to Steam, and now you're gonna activate Joe's effect to get Burrito Storm out. Okay, and then you're gonna use the token and Burrito Storm to go into Raikiri. Use these two to go into Azan of Falcon. Activate Falcon's effect. Get the Shamal out here. Now you're gonna use the Raiders Wing to detach, and then go here into Badish. Activate Badish effect to get the activate Bollard's effect to get Badish. And now, if you did not get nipped until now, you can activate Zephyr's effect to bounce back the Black Feather Whirlwind. Activate the Black Feather Whirlwind again. The cool thing about this card is that it's self-funds per turn, so we can use it again. Banish from your graveyard the Burrito Storm and the Blackwing Dragon to summon the Blackwing Assault Dragon. Trigger the Black Feather Whirlwind to special summon Burrito Storm right back. And then you can use these two to go into full Armor Master. Okay, and now, basically, this is winning. This is already winning. And in order to protect the summoning of Caliuga, for example, if they have like a Cosmic Cyclone or whatever, you can negate it with Bolt Savage Dragon. But once it's the main phase and your opponent activates anything, immediately chain the rank up. Then Caliuga gets summoned. For example, if he uses Dark Ruler no more and you chain the rank up, Caliuga gets summoned, and Caliuga does not even activate, so Dark Ruler or anything else that he activated will be negated. And unfortunately also Bolo Savage Dragon's effect, so he's gonna lose his Omni Negate. And now it's basically GG. There's nothing that your opponent will be able to do. And besides a couple of things, for example, that could really suck is if they go into Chaos Angel with Light Dark effect. Somehow, if they manage to do that, it's over for you, because you not be able to break that. And the other thing is, if they go into Psychic and Punisher, you could potentially automatically lose. Not really, don't have to, but you could. But you don't have, yeah, it depends on. But yeah. And the other cool thing is about Caliuga is that you don't have to worry about any stun decks. For example, like decks that have like back row, like floodgates, whatever. We don't care. We don't care. If they set 5 cards and try to pass, we're gonna activate Caliuga's effect and just heavy storm everything. So there's not going to be any back row. Okay. This is, for example, the strongest 2-card combo in Blackwings that is also ultimately going to give you a W. In every other Blackwing deck, it is still like a good board, but it's not automatically a win. It still can give you with any other Blackwing deck like up to 3 or 4 interruptions, which is already cool. But in this case, this is probably the best one, and it probably also has the best grind game. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here, we're gonna activate Valta's effect just like previously. Go into Blackwing Dragon, chain Black Feather Whirlwind to special summon Valta. And now the difference is that we already activate Zephyr's effect to bounce back the Black Feather Whirlwind, and then activate again. And now we're gonna synchro summon with these two into Burrito Storm, chain 1 Burrito Storm, and chain 2 Black Feather Whirlwind to special summon any black monster. Now you can send Steam to the graveyard. Use Valta and Burrito Storm to go into White Strix. Activate White Strix effect to get Zudri back to the field. Now use Blackwing Dragon and White Strix to go into Badish. Badish will give you Raiders Wing and the rank upset. And now tribute the Badish to summon your brother Steam. And now we can go here into Joe. It's gonna leave us a token, which is really nice. Activate Joe's effect to get Black Boreal Storm. Use these two to go into Raikiri. And now we got back the Azure Falcon. And Azure Falcon with Raider's Wing in the graveyard is always ultimately Ball Savage Dragon, which is the protection, the Omnigate protection. And in this case, we can still summon a Black Wing Dragon, but I would not suggest to do it. Why? Let me show you why. Because for the grind game, let me just show you real quick the grind game. First of all, here, Karyuga his ass. He's gonna turn skip. It's your turn, and now check this out. You're gonna banish Boreal Storm and the Blackwing Dragon to summon Assault Dragon. Now trigger the Black Feather Whirlwind to special summon Valta. Use Valta and the Ball Savage Dragon to go into Dissipator. Activate Dissipator's effect. Special summon. By the way, this is right now my deck. Okay, so this is not obviously Sam Blackwing's deck. But here, Dissipator will special summon Boreal Storm. On the summon of Boreal Storm, you can trigger Shamal's effect to get Zudri to your hand. Normal summon Zudri to search for a second Shamal. Now activate Shamal's effect to get the other copy of Black Feather Whirlwind. Use Zudri and Boreal Storm to go into full Armor Master. Trigger the Black Feather Whirlwind to special summon Joe, and Joe will special summon Raikiri, and boom, we are winning. And we can pop 2 cards thanks to Joe. Thanks to Raikiri. Okay. Yeah. And this is basically it, man. Like, this deck, you don't need any experience. Like, if you feel like, yo, I don't even know all these other decks, I always keep getting crashed and crushed on because I'm just so unexperienced with this deck, you don't have to worry. Like, 2 years ago, I took Kalyuga build, not exactly this Kalyuga build, but Kalyuga in general, and I already won so many games. Like, I can't remember ever going like worse than X2 on locals. Like, it's always at least 2-2, and that was the beginning of my career. So that is really nice. You don't have to worry about this. And like I said, the more you play this deck, the better you get with it, and then you will see lines and plays through interruptions that you have never seen before, or like never noticed before, and actually understand also the way of Blackwings better. So once you feel like going to a YCS, you can, or like once you feel like you are now a really good player, you can decide to take on other Blackwing builds. For example, I'm playing the Horus build. Pistol Blackwing is also really nice, or even pure Blackwing. Pure Blackwing is also really strong. Like I said, those decks don't have a turn skip like this one. This is why I'm suggesting to play this one. But the other good thing about those other decks is that they're gonna have a lot of grind game, and they're gonna be better for certain situations, because you're not always gonna go first. Okay, and if you go second, sometimes you need a deeper X deck, which you don't have with this, unfortunately. But sometimes you're gonna need a deeper X deck and different ways to play, and that's the reason why I personally don't like to play Kalyuga anymore on high competitive level. If I only care about locals, regionals, for sure, go ahead. Like, it's gonna be good. But for long run, I'm saying like for YCS with day 2 whatsoever, it's not gonna work that easy anymore. Because the deck is also a little bit bricky. And yeah, you'll see. The more you play this deck, you'll see what I mean by on high competitive level, it's not the best choice. But for locals, regionals, like for small tournaments, you're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Trust me on that. And yeah, like I said, if you're looking for other deck profiles from me, or like my version of Kalyuga, come and join me on Patreon. Otherwise, follow me on Twitch and all the other platforms in the description below. And yeah, I hope you like this video. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. That's it. I'm gone. Bye bye.